Finally underway. Sorry about the delay, boys and girls. But we will be having some Marine Arena action starting soon. Just to remind everybody, this stream is on a 2-minute delay, and the reason for that is so that the players don't have to worry about screen cheating. So if you happen to say anything and I don't respond, I will. It's just going to take about 2 minutes. Let's introduce our players today. It's going to be on bottom left, the Hybrid, and XCal. Top left-hand side, it'll be Forever Young with Fluffy. Top right-hand side, it's going to be Platanix with Grim Reaper. And bottom right-hand side will be Your Mom Knows Me and, oh no, Crab Control? I think that's how you say his name. I can't tell if that's an A or an O. It's so tiny. Let's take a look at what these players have decided to go. We see a lot of Spectres and a lot of Marauders, which is typical. The only person who's chosen to go with a melee unit is going to be Crab Control. Now that's going to be interesting. Let's see if he decides to go with Warps, or if he decides to go with Temple Zealots. Alright, so early on there's pretty much no action. We're just waiting for everybody to destroy the rocks. Actually, it looks like Your Mom and Grim Reaper are going to fight on the right side Xel'Naga Tower. Looks like Platanix also coming in to help. Nothing too serious so far. Forever Young taking control of left side Xel'Naga. XCal trying to deny it, but Forever Young does back. He does remain in control. And it looks like our first big fight is decidingly going to be between Fluffy and Platanix on top Xel'Naga Tower. XCal possibly coming in to fight Forever Young. Yes, he does. And pretty standard, typical fighting. Just easy exchanges so far, as the units are pretty much the same. Sniper and Marauder are somewhat neutral, I would say. But I would probably give my better judgment to the Marauders if they decide to go with splash damage. But for direct damage, of course, the snipers, or the Spectres, sorry, are so much stronger. So we will see if Crab Control decides to fight, or if he's going to wait till he builds up his supply, which is so much more effective. XCal taking control of middle early. And it looks like Crab Control, he does have his Zealots up in the front. He may plan on doing something. He does scan and he goes in. Oh my gosh, but XCal is at the top. The Hybrid with so many units, his units are going to get split here. He does wisely back up. That was not a good engagement for him to do. He needs to save his unit supply. Oh no, he's actually going to fight XCal. He might be in a better position, but now he's fighting two fronts at once. He's going to lose a lot of these units if he's not careful. He's actually going in versus 3. And look at his unit supply count. It has dropped down to 177. That was a terrible engagement by Crab Control. And Forever Young opting to get 3 Oracles early. We have an Infestor coming out for Fluffy, his typical classic Fester play. We also have Ravens coming out for Platanix. And 2 Siege Tanks for Grim Reaper, just to try to get a little bit of zone control. That is going to be nice and effective against that melee, as he does have really low supply. It's going to take him a while before he can build that back up. In fact, I would almost say, looking at the points, oh, a huge Savior coming out from Crab Control. I was going to say, looking at the points, he's probably behind, but that Savior actually brought him back up into the game, but he is going to have to play the waiting game, as he does have a seriously low supply. Meanwhile, Forever Young fighting Excal, and with those oracles, they are going to do so much damage, as you can see. And there's currently nothing to stop it. A couple scans go down. It looks like Crab Control might be looking to make a play here, but I'm not sure why he would, as his army supply count is nowhere near enough to really be effective. So he is kind of dodging back and forth, and she should not be fighting Excal. Oh no, he's going to lose all these zealots. This is not good for him. That is still a huge army supply for Excal. He is trying to do some stutter stepping to keep those Marines alive, but he ends up losing almost his entire army once again. And looking at the points, I think that was actually better for Excal. Yes, it was. As you can see, he's at 962 points, and Crab Control's only at 811. Still retaining much of his army, which means Excal definitely made out better. And look at this. Oh my gosh, there's an Ultralisk coming out for Excal. That is going to be super effective against Crab Control. As it does, I mean, it has huge splash damage. Look at that, just one swipe. And he ended up killing, like, what was that, 7 Marines? Holy crap. So it's going to be interesting to see how these players deal with it. I think Forever Young's going to be okay because he does have these oracles here. But it is still too early to tell. Really super early Ultralisk. Now, he did also decide to go with double Viking in order to deal with any anti-air. Crab Control wisely getting oracles. He did need some money. He did need something because his melee has been pretty much neutralized. So those double oracles are really good. We have a double battle cruiser. We now have triple Viking coming out from the hybrid. So we have, I think, a total of 5 Vikings so far. I'm pretty sure Excal has 2, hybrid having 3. Unless, let me take a look at the units. Nope, yep, he does. He did have his own Vikings. So we have a total of 5 Vikings. They're trying so desperately to make sure that there's no air that can ward off this Ultralisk. And here we go, the Ultralisk going to town already. But it has been pushed back by the Oracle. 1 attack. The Vikings have come in to try to push those away. The Ultralisk coming in and taking out a lot of Forever Young's units. In fact, we saw 1 swipe there taking out so many. And Forever Young is going to need to back out for now. We do have a ghost from your mom, possibly to fight back against any other anti-air, or possibly that Ultralisk if it decides to come from behind. And we are at the 10-minute mark. Let's find out what these guys are going to go. Currently, they are building their support towers. Everybody's still, it looks like they haven't switched tech yet. But we will find out soon enough if anybody has switched. Let's take a look at the points tab real quick. Fluffy is in the lead currently with 2,000. And it looks like Forever Young is in second, followed very closely by Platanix. And in 4th place, oh no, I'm sorry, Excal is actually in the lead, followed by Forever Young, then Platanix. So it's still anybody's game, but I think that losing that significant amount of melee has put Crab Controller a little bit behind. Grim Reaper is also a little bit behind, opting to go with 3 siege tanks. And unfortunately, those siege tanks have not seen a whole lot of action. 1 armor for this Ultralisk puts it up to 6 armor in total. We will see if he decides to go with the Juggernaut Aura to help make his other units a little bit stronger. It does help. It does scale very well as well. And Crab Controller trying to get a little bit of money. Very ballsy, though, as there are 4 Vikings for Excal alone. And I'm not quite sure where the where those units went for the hybrid. He seems to have lost all 3 of his Vikings. I did not see him lose those. But they are gone, and here come the Vikings to push back Crab Control once again. And as you can see, Grim Reaper, with those siege tanks in the middle, he actually lost one of them. I'm not sure when he lost one, but that is not good. I mean, Grim Reaper is going to fall behind here. If he is not careful, he's currently sitting at 1366. Those early siege tanks not doing the greatest. In fact, they're even hugging the base, trying to be as absolutely defensive as possible. I think the threat of that Ultralisk is just too much. As you can see, the Ultralisk popping out of the ground here, taking out a lot of units from Forever Young. And one of the benefits of having this Ultralisk early is that it is very, very effective against Saviors early on. So it can tank a lot of the Savior, helping to make it a little bit less effective. There is going to be a recall from your mom. Wise recall. Very nice. And even a photon cannon here to try and detect to see if there are any ghosts. There is a ghost for the hybrid. There's also a ghost in here for your mom. I did see an EMP. I'm not quite sure if he was able to get that ghost. No, he wasn't. It's still alive, and it looks like your mom is actually going to win the fight against the hybrid. Excal choosing, instead of fighting, to stay in the middle. And it looks like your mom may have lost one of his ghosts. I think he did. Yes, he did. And, oh man, it looks like Crab Controller also lost an Oracle. So even though your mom did win the army fight, he did lose that ghost. So let's take a look at the points tab real quick. Oh my gosh, he really won that fight. Look at the point difference right now. Your mom is definitely in the lead. Now, some of these points is going to go for the ghost that he did lose. And Crab Controller also did lose that Oracle. So the other teams, in terms of team size, with their points combined, everybody is still pretty much even. I would say the only person that's really fallen behind still is Grim Reaper. He does need to make some kind of play. Does have that ghost out. Could possibly use it on Fluffy's Infestor. There is a fight between Platanix and Fluffy. He did decide to go with Goliath. So we do have Goliath. I think that is the only tech choice so far on the board, so there's definitely opportunities here to counter that Goliath. And oh my gosh, actually it looks like Crab Control decided to go with Temple Zealots, and they are rocking the army. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. The lag is so much. In fact, Crab Controller, he has 0-0 Marines, but he's stemmed up, trying to take out these units, but oh, he did lose his front line. And now this Ultralisk is just going to town. The Oracle's too afraid to attack, as Excal does have those 4 Vikings waiting. So Crab Control actually losing a ton of units, trying to do damage to this Ultralisk, and I just don't think it's going to happen. It's at 8 armor so far. Oh no! But the snipe! Oh my gosh, from your mom, he was actually able to pick it off. Oh, that was crazy. An excellent snipe from your mom. Let me see the points tab and let's see how high he is. Wow, so Excal was able to get a ton of points there, but he is going to have to buy back that Ultralisk. Let's see if he decides to. I don't know if he even has enough money. He doesn't. So that is, oh no, that's going to be a huge blow versus Excal. And that's going to be excellent for your mom. He's going to be in such a huge lead, and he's at 3,755, closing the gap ever so quickly. A Yamato! But the Oracles do use that phase shift ability and dodges. And here we go. Hybrid did decide to go with Hybrid Destroyers. They do counter those Goliaths, so that is a nice choice. Let's see what his partner decides to go. I think he is still on Spectre. Yes, he is. And oh no, a Fungal actually going down on these Vikings, and ooh, the Goliath killing 2.
Who wants some?
Oh wow, we have a new follower, King Cow X. Thank you so much for that follow, bro. And now the Destroyer's just going to town on Forever Young's units. And I'm almost positive that Destroyers do extra damage to Spectres, but oh no, something was lost here. The Hybrid losing something. I think it might have been a ghost. But look at the units. Forever Young is totally getting melted here. The Destroyers should double counter top left, no problem. So a very nice choice deciding to go with Destroyers. And let's see if Crab Control decides to go with Marines. He does already have 5 attack Temple Zealots. It's really interesting. Opting, instead of going hit points and armor, to go with attack instead. And leaving the Marines behind. I almost wish that he had gotten maybe some hit points and some armor for those Templats. And decided to go with Marines instead. In fact, Marines are very effective versus heroes once you get that anti-hero damage and the attack speed. We are just now finally seeing that Ultralisk hero come out. But with all these ghosts that are out on the field, this could be deadly. There is still a ghost out for Your Mom and also a ghost out for Grim Reaper. So anything could happen, especially if this hero gets too low. And you know what? This might actually be an opportunity to see the points tab just to show you the gaps that are happening here. Grim Reaper is down to 2,900. His partner at 3,900. So it looks like they are in last place for now. First place, of course, is going to be Your Mom and Crab Controller, surprisingly, who did fall behind earlier in the game, but he is now caught up. And a lot of that was thanks to getting the hero for Your Mom and also picking off those units early in the game before that Ultralisk was destroyed. So now the Ultralisk is back. It still has that 2 armor, still deadly, but Excal has not chosen to upgrade from Spectre into Phantom or even changing into any other Tier 2 or Tier 3 tech. Might be saving up for Tier 4, I have no idea. Or could just be focusing purely on that Ultralisk. I personally think that he might go Phantoms, just because they are really, really strong, and with that Ultralisk absorbing all this damage. But he does have to be careful. Ooh, even sniping that Medi. That Medi got too close to the army. Excal was able to pick off some extra money there. And Excal needs to be so careful because a ghost could come in and snipe this hero once again if he's not careful. And oh my gosh, there's... Oh, Your Mom getting the hero once again. And even doing a recall. That was excellent by Your Mom. Look at the point difference. That is going to be another huge, huge blow for Excal. It does cost so much money to get out that Ultralisk, and he's sacrificing it. And he's getting it out once again. So, oh my gosh, another huge victory for Your Mom with that ghost snipe. That was beautiful. Even doing a recall, I love it. The hybrid now has his own ghost. He is going to try and see if Your Mom's ghost comes through this area, and if it does, he's going to try to EMP it and snipe it. He does see it. What is he going to do? Oh, wait, did he actually just try to snipe that battlecruiser? That was a mistake. As he loses that ghost, there it is. It's dead on the floor. And a little bit of back and forth going on between Fluffy and Hybrid, but he has to be so careful as the Hybrid does counter those Goliaths with 4 attacks so far. Looking at Fluffy, his Goliaths are only at 3 attack. He may have some hit point upgrades in here, I'm not sure. And you know what, I'm even not sure of where is Fluffy's hero. I think he lost that Fester, which is going to put him at a severe disadvantage. In fact, he tries to lift off. There's so much lag, he has to be so careful. Forever Young deciding to go with Destroyers himself. That is going to be a strange pick, but he does have 6 attack. He does not have the Destroyer overcharge yet, but a big battle going on between the Hybrid and Excal versus Crab Controller. In fact, he brings back that Ultralisk because he's so afraid that there might be a ghost, and sure enough, there is a ghost from Your Mom. He is hiding right here. Let's see if he will be able to snipe that Ultralisk. But I think it actually has enough life, so it should be just fine. Meanwhile, Forever Young with so many Destroyers, everybody is deciding to go with Destroyers. That is so... There's 3 teams with Destroyers. That's so interesting. And an Immortal coming out. I'm not sure, but they might do extra damage 2 destroyers. I know they do some good damage versus massive units, so that could be the reasoning. I'm not 100% sure what the circle counter circle is for standard MA. I only know MA2. So if there's anybody out there watching who happens to be an MA1 player, if you can tell me if Immortals do counter that, that would be sweet. And a drop actually coming down, it looks like from Grim, but it was quickly shot down from your mom. Let's take a look at the points tab real quick. Grim is still very, very far behind. He's trying to catch up, and if he could cripple your mom, he might be able to catch up a little bit. But I don't know, he's kind of far behind, guys. He may not have enough to really deal the damage your mom with these powerful 7-attack Immortals. He also has 7-attack battle cruisers. So, I don't know, guys. He may not have enough to actually deal the damage. But look at this. Fluffy, actually with the drop, taking out 1 battlecruiser. He's doing a ton of damage to your mom's units. And he does wisely back out after Crab Controller does come in with 3 Oracles. And also needs to be careful of Grim and Platanix. A lot of fighting going on, but I think this is actually going to favor Grim. And was that a savior? That sounded awfully like a savior, but I did not see it. I only heard it. Meanwhile, there is some back and forth going on between the hybrid and your mom. This might actually favor your mom, but I think that Crab Controller might be blocking a little bit of the ramp. There we go. Now those units are gone. In fact, a savior coming out and destroying about a quarter of the units for the hybrid. But I think he also got that ghost as well, so that was a somewhat decent savior from Crab Control. But using that savior early, he is now finally out of saviors. And let's take a look at the points tab. Team 4 currently in the lead. There is a fight for second place between Team 2 and Team 1. And then, of course, our Team 3, our underdogs of the evening, are in last place. And Ultralisk does come out on the field, so he must have lost it. Sorry about that, my phone is going off. Currently at 4 armor, that brings the armor total up to 12. He does do a charge attack and takes out quite a few units from Forever Young. In fact, it looks like the Vikings are coming out to try to put a little bit of pressure on Forever Young's units, but that is quickly backed by Fluffy. He did do a drop. He was able to kill a few. And your mom, he might have had a he didn't use a stem. What is the word I'm looking for? Preemptively used the shield matrix. There we go, that's the word I was looking for. Maybe a little bit too soon. And so he is going to back out, waiting for the shield to recharge. In fact, I think he was dropped. I think he was, if you look at his compound, it is kind of a little bit low. The hybrid now has a ghost. He did EMP something. I was unable to see it. Let's see how effective that ghost is going to be. In fact, he needs to be careful because your mom has a ghost right here. And oh no, does he see? They're both just standing here. They're undetected. Oh, he may have seen him move right there. And a scan goes down. Your mom needs to be so careful. Could possibly lose those units. Tons of scans going down, and Fluffy in a very bad position for himself. He does get charged by the Ultralisk, but that Ultralisk is so strong, he tried to pick them up with the Medi. And look at this Crab Controller coming in to fight the hybrid, but I don't think he has enough units for this. In fact, these Oracles are doing a lot of damage. Excal might need to back out. The BCs have come in. But here comes the Ultralisk, and oh no, it's doing great frontline damage. But it took some damage too, and he needs to be careful of getting sniped. Here comes Ghost from your mom, but look, a drop actually coming down from Grim Reaper. But that drop was ineffective, which means there's going to be even more fighting from top left and bottom left. Man, this is intense. There's so much fighting going on. Ooh, a drop that came down from Fluffy, and I heard some ghosts possibly dying. I don't know if that was ghosts or if that was just his Marines. But I definitely heard something die. Well, there is a ghost still for Grim, and there's also still a ghost coming out from your mom. So, I don't know. And there's also a ghost for Platanix. It could have just been a Marine that I heard. Meanwhile, there is a ghost, or I'm sorry, there is a drop going down from Grim Reaper. I guess I've got ghosts on the mine. A pause has been requested. It looks like there is a be right back request from XCal, so we're gonna have to tone it down, boys, while we wait for these guys to come back. Man, this is intense so far. That was some good fighting in the middle. It actually looks like a lot of players are choosing to take this advantage. I'm not sure what XCal had to do. Maybe he had a small emergency. I'm not talking about your mom. I'm talking about the player. His in-game name is Your Mom Knows Me. Alright, we are now finally back. I scared them a little bit there, but it's okay, we're back. Now everybody is ready, and is it me, or does it seem like the music got really loud? But that's fine. I dig the music anyway, so... Alright, looks like Forever Young is going to be fighting Grim. This might actually be really, really good for him. But no, it looks like Crab Control actually coming from behind. He's got a small army here, though, so he's not going to do a tremendous amount of damage. In fact, Forever Young opting to stay there and fight until your mom actually showed up. And XCal, oh no, he might actually be able to snipe Forever Young. Are we going to see a savior from top left? I don't think so. He did not push in close enough. But your mom coming in with those immortals. The ghost is trying to get in position to anticipate where that other ghost is for Team 4. It looks like the ghost is actually chilling in base. And there is still a ghost for top right, but it has not been used very much. So the only real active ghosts have been for Team 1 and Team 4. Looks like a scan going down. Oh, he is actually going to feed a little bit on Grim Reaper. And is Grim Reaper going to do anything about this? He's actually staying still. And oh no, it looks like your mom actually pushing in and stealing some of these units here. He was able to take out both of those ghosts completely uncontested. I think Grim might be AFK. He did type that he was back. Not quite sure what was happening there. Yes, I do look at chat. There's just a 2-minute delay. Alright, so it looks like Grim finally back into the game. But losing both of those tanks, a sad day for him. So XCal with those double Vikings still to try to push back a little bit of the air. I'm not sure if he's going to get any more. He does have 5 attack, but I think he's trying to focus primarily on the Ultralisk. He did decide to go Temples, and he got 5 attack for those. And his Marines are at 1 attack. Let's find out what your mom decided to go with. His Marines do have 3 attack. He has hit point upgrades for it. He still has the 7 attack Immortals I'm not sure if he got any hit point upgrades for that. But I think he's now going to start transitioning into Marines. They don't have any range upgrades. Ooh, it looks like Grim Reaper is actually able to snipe your mom's BCs there with his very powerful Phantom units. They are at 5 attack. They do deal a lot of burst damage because they're very, very strong. But it looks like the Immortals coming out from your mom are just too strong. In fact, even a scan going down, he might decide to do a drop. Grim is anticipating for it. He does have his medi, ready, waiting for this drop. What is going to happen? No, it actually looks like there's a fight between Crab Controller and Excal. Ooh, and a snipe went off, and he was actually able to pick off that Ultralisk. Down it goes once again. I think your mom... I think it was your mom that actually had the ghost. I think so, and I think that's who sniped it. There is no ghost, unless it was an Oracle, but I don't think it was. I'm pretty sure it was a ghost. So it looks like that Ultralisk is going to go down for, what, the 3rd or 4th time for tonight? He is going to have to pay to get it back out, but every time he has to do this, he's losing a ton of money. So his points are at 9,000, but he's actually more, like around, I don't know, 8,000 or so. So this could be really, really, really bad for Excal. And it looks like even more fighting happening for bottom right. And let's see if the hybrid is going to do something. Oh, there's actually a drop from Excal. And oh, he was actually able to snipe this building here. That was crazy. And a huge fight going in. Forever Young actually trying to hold the middle position. Fluffy did try to come down and ward him off, and he was able to. Just a minute. Alright, sorry about that. I had somebody at the door. Let's take a look at the game once again. Looking at the points tab. Your mom is at 12,000. Crab Control is at 10. Fluffy is also at 10. Excal at 9, but he did lose so many units. So he is a little bit behind. In fact, trying to do a drop on top left, it is ineffective. Top right might still be trying to drop this Phantom compound here. The Shadow Ops, as it's called. The BC does charge up, and it does do some damage. A scan goes down. But it's not going to be enough for him. It looks like he is continuing the pressure, though. A scan does go down. Meanwhile, a huge drop coming from Fluffy. Grim Reaper has a ton of army, but they just do not do the damage, and Fluffy really making bank here. And though the BC is actually going to get the Shadow Ops, and it does. The BC picking off the Shadow Ops, that's going to put Grim Reaper even further behind. Meanwhile, there is a fight going on between the Hybrid and Forever Young. Excal trying to push back those Oracles. Forever Young is at 10 attack. It looks like the Hybrid is actually at 8 attack, 2 armor. So it's a fairly equal fight for now. And a Savior coming out from Grim Reaper. Was he able to get those BCs? No, actually he wasn't. So that is going to set back Grim super, super far. He's at 7,000. In fact, his partner is at 6,600. And they're out of Saviors. Top right could be in huge trouble. There's only one Savior left. There is still a Ghost for Grim. He might want to try to put it in a better position to stop some of these drops, but no, it looks like Fluffy with the scan actually able to pick it off. And now your mom is relentlessly pushing into the base. And I don't know if he's going to be able to defend it. Fluffy also trying to defend. And this is it. This is the last savior for top right. I don't know what's going to happen, guys. Either Team 1 is going to push in or Team 4 is going to continue the push. And it looks like Team 4 is coming in. They're going to get the support tower. And I don't think Grim Reaper has an answer for this. He could be in big, big trouble. Platanic's trying to do something, but I don't think he's strong enough. 7 attack mortals still. Versus, I believe they're at 5 attack. Yes, he's at 5 attack, 1 armor. And I think this is just going to be too much. Yes, it is. 7 attack Marines. They do have the attack speed upgrade. They have full range. Plus 2 armor. Yes, that is going to be it. It looks like Crab Controller coming in to take the second command center as well. And Fluffy could be in trouble. He needs to be careful here. He does have a High Templar, but that's a lot of Temple Zealots. And Fluffy losing quite a bit of units here. He does need to reposition. This is a better position for Fluffy, and he does put down a Storm, but he kind of killed some of his own units there too. It looks like Crab Controller doesn't want any of that, though. He does back out. Oh no, Forever Young, though, is coming from behind, and ooh, he was able to pick off all those units. In fact, Fluffy, even with a Storm, picks off the rest of those units. So, Team 3 has been eliminated. Rest in peace. A drop has come down from Excal. I want to check the whole board, but I want to look at the leaderboard for a second. Is he going to lose this, though? Oh, he does, but a Yamato does kill off that Medi. So, it looks like Crab Control and your mom is going to be in the lead. Fluffy, not that far behind, though. And Forever Young's points is very tied, as you can see, really closely tied to Crab Controller's. So it looks like there's going to be a fight for first between Team 2 and Team 4. Team 1 has a huge army supply, so they could get back into the game. But we are going to need Excal's hero possibly for that. And I don't think he has the hero anymore. He does, but he's just chilling at base. I'm not sure what's going on. I guess he's afraid of it possibly getting sniped. There are a lot of scans going down. He has lost this hero, I mean, at least like 4 times, 5 times, so I can totally understand that fear. In fact, Fluffy needs to be careful of his High Templar being sniped as well. There's the ghost, that crazy ghost from your mom. Anything could happen. There is also a ghost from the hybrid to try to push back your mom's ghost. And look at this, these oracles trying to tickle the Goliaths. Ain't gonna have none of that, though. I don't think he even did hardly any damage to him. Let me take a look at the damage. They are at 6, but I think he mostly has hit point upgrades. He did stop putting the attack upgrades into the temples. He does have hit point upgrades. And he is also choosing to get Jim Raynors. That's interesting. And it looks like the Oracle's trying to feed a little bit on the hybrid, and EMP does go down. Looks like it scared him away a little bit, and oh no, something happened up here. I think Fluffy might have lost his High Templar. No, he didn't. Oh, it was your mom. He actually lost the ghost. But look at this, a drop coming down from your mom. How was he able to do that? Oh, snap, and he was actually able to kill the compound. Forever Young is going to lose those units for now, but he's quickly buying them back. He has what? What is this? He's actually sitting on 2,000 points. This is kind of sneaky. What is he planning on doing with 2,000 medals? He's at 2,300. That is some sneaky, sneaky stuff. I think he's planning on going a hero, but I'm not quite sure which one he's going to get just yet. But you know that something is going to happen if he's sitting at 2,000 minerals. Your mom also at 900 minerals. Could also be planning something sneaky too. Either that or just hasn't bought anything yet. So it looks like Fluffy, or Forever Young, what is Forever Young doing? He did just buy something. I think he just bought a ghost, or he could have bought an upgrade. Because he did lose a tiny little bit of minerals there. What is he doing? Nice force field from Fluffy to try and protect that Templar Archives. And it looks like that drop is going to be ineffective. Crab control, pushing back the hybrid. But here comes that crazy battle cruiser. Not enough for a Yamato cannon though, but it looks like he's just going to try to pick off some units here. But there is still a ghost, I do believe. No, actually there's no ghost for the hybrid, so that BC is totally in the clear. Let's see if he decides to position it right here and pick off some of the units. The Immortals coming in with the shield matrix to absorb a lot of the damage there. Meanwhile, even more drops happening for top left, but they're so ineffective. In fact, the more he loses these drops, the farther and farther he goes down in points. He is at 11,000, but he has had to revive his Ultralisk at least 5 times, so his point system is not reflecting exactly what he's got. The hybrid opting to get some tanks to try to alleviate some of the pressure from Team 4. Let's see if the drops continue. I don't think they will, though. Where's that sneaky Ultralisk? He has it burrowed somewhere in here. 6 attack Gym Rainers. They do have 6.5 range. Forever Young, though, with that 2,400, is so sneaky. And the High Templar putting down some storms here. In fact, he's going in to storm those Marines. He does get that stim off just fine. And a Spectre? Who is getting a Spectre? Whoa, it actually looks like Excal dropping down with his Ultralisk. He's going after the compound, and he gets it successfully. And wow, that is OP. That you, seriously? Wait a minute. The hero only occupies like 2 spaces? That's crazy. It's a freaking Ultralisk. Oh well, whatever. Yeah, that Ultra drop was OP as shit, dude. So, Forever Young finally losing... Oh, wait. He spent his money. He is getting the Nova. Ooh, he's going to put the pressure on Excal's hero with that Nova. In fact, he may even be planning on using some nukes. I'm not sure if Nova can use nukes or not. Let me check. I'll have to wait until she's fully built. It's possible that she's not able to use nukes. I don't know if there are different heroes that you can build or not. I will let you know in a second. That is so sneaky. I knew he was building up for something. And there it is. It's the Nova. Sneaky mothership coming out from your mom. And Fluffy trying to hold middle. We're actually really close to SD, guys. It's almost been an hour in-game time. And once SD happens, that means there's no more saviors. Anybody is vulnerable. In fact, bottom right, trying to prepare for it. They do get 3 siege tanks here. Looks like Crab Controller also with 2 siege tanks. He may buy 1 more. He doesn't have enough money just yet. Trying to farm as much as he can before SD. Now let's see if that Nova is ready. And yes, it is able to use nukes. So anything could happen. And dang, Crab Controller just got taken out by Excal's huge army. There's a tremendous amount of lag. Where's the Ultralisk? It's actually sitting in base. SD has happened. XCal losing all of those units. And oh no, let me take a look at the points tab. XCal lost almost his whole army there. Look at this, he's only down to 300. He does have, oh, he has the sneaky. He has the sneaky. Damn, here comes the Doom drop. Almost losing that Medi. And what? Oh, I thought that was the hero that lost his hit points. Oh no, he's actually going after the command center, and Crab Control could be in huge trouble. Oh my gosh! He actually lost it! Crab Controller lost his CC with the huge snipe from XCal right before SD. That is fucking crazy. Huge drop from XCal. Oh no, that is going to severely cripple Team 4. Oh wow, what a play. What a smart play. But here's the Nova for Team... Oh, wait, what? Oh, picking off that siege tank there. That sneaky, sneaky Nova. That Lash does 800 damage and an extra 400% damage versus heroes. Needs to be careful. And XCal still continuing to drop bottom right. Bottom right has to be so careful. Still has not upgraded the command center. Has the money to do so. I think he might want to possibly upgrade that CC into a planetary. The risk of a drop is just so much. This Ultralisk does have some hit point upgrades. It's at 5,600 hit points, 12 armor. Does not have the aura armor upgrade just yet, but still very deadly. And with bottom right's command center still here, I mean, this is so crazy. XCal could possibly drop and completely kill Team 4. This is such a crippling blow to Team 4. And it's so sad too because they were in such a huge lead. It looks like a small drop happening from top left is not going to be enough. There is a small back and forth happening between Your Mom and Fluffy for middle. It looks like Your Mom is going to hold it. A Yamato cannon coming down, actually taking out both of those siege tanks, and was able to retreat without a problem. Nice play by Your Mom. Excellent, excellent play. Meanwhile, we do have some drops still happening from XCal, trying to continue to pressure on Forever Young. I'm actually not quite sure how effective that's going to be, considering there's a Nova out on the field. And oh, is Nova going to nuke this? No, actually she's not. She does not have any nukes. But those BCs and the mothership need to be careful because that Nova could totally snipe it. Ooh, actually trying to snipe the siege tank, but was unable to get it. It does only 800 damage. That siege tank does have 1,190 damage. So it was able to survive. And look at this. XCal, no, Forever Young also didn't have... Oh my gosh! Neither did Fluffy! What is this? Oh no! Is Fluffy gonna go down? Oh, he survives! What is this? XCal is kicking the shit out of both Team 1 and... or Team 2 and Team 4! This is crazy! And so now, essentially crippling Team 2 and Team 4, who were currently in the lead. And XCal is now starting to really rise in the points with these drops. Look at this Fluffy. Oh, he's wisely upgrading. Okay, so he's wisely upgrading. Your Mom still surprisingly is not. I think instead opting to rely on the recalls. And he does have 3 siege tanks here to try and protect it, but I just don't see why he wouldn't upgrade into a planetary. And by the way, looking at the units, it looks like Forever Young does still have the Nova and does have a nuke available. So as long as Nova is still out on the field, I mean, Team 1 still has some power, but losing Forever Young like that, that is such a huge blow. And now Fluffy having to fight off Team 4. And a nuke coming down. Oh no, the scans are going to... He's got to be so careful that he doesn't lose the Nova. It is down to 900 hit points. The nuke did go off, and we did tremendous amount of damage to your mom. He's down to 571 supply. But look at this. Excal with the drop. I'm sorry, I didn't click on it fast enough. Oh, and even losing the Nova. Oh, no. The drops from Excal just too fucking strong. Excal showing how effective the Ultralisk can be in a Medi-drop. So strong that Planetary didn't even have a chance. 12 attack Marines. He does have Temple Zealots with a little bit of hit point upgrades. No armor, but that's fine. All they really need is the hit points. And just like that, Team 1 was behind, but not anymore. In fact, they might even be going for broke here. They're trying to push in on your mom. He only has 400, 300 supply now. His supply is dropping down so quickly. The Planetary is out, but is it going to be enough? I don't know. The Ultralisk does go down. The Hybrid pushing in. They're trying to attack the Planetary Fortress. And it is going to go down. Wow. Wow. How did Team 1 do this? This is so crazy. Excal. How did he do it? Excal with Hybrid is going to be victorious, and that is game 1, guys. Wow. I bet they will never make that mistake again, not choosing to upgrade the Planetary at SD. That is crazy. Let's see what happens in game 2. Oh my gosh, guys, stay tuned. That was crazy.